be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this program is intended for mature audiences only.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Okay, enough of that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. We have a delightful show planned for you this evening, all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah. We are joined by the incredible Dove Daniels this evening. Very excited to chat with them about their entrepreneurial endeavors in Salt Lake City. That was a lot of syllables all at the same time, and this hair is eating my brain right now, so game on. Of course, the first person commenting tonight is my incredible sister, Amethyst Diamond. We are here to answer all of your questions this evening. But first, I wanted to let everybody know and send a huge thank you to our Patreons. If you would like to join our Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/InsideTheDragCloset. We occasionally put up exclusive content just for Patreon. Huge thank you to Jake, Jess, Lori, Orion, Corey, Brian, Jeremy, Estee, Josh, Chanel, Daniel, Robin, Vicky, and Emily. And somebody, I believe it was Lori, upgraded her sponsorship this week. So thank you so much for that, Lori. We do appreciate it. All of that money goes right back into funding the show so we can bring you more drag. So if you'd like to join us, that's www.patreon.com/InsideTheDragCloset. If you have any questions for Inside the Drag Closet that you don't feel like asking on live, you can always send it to InsideTheDragCloset@gmail.com. And what else? What else do I have to talk about? Let's talk about me for a moment, shall we? I'm going to give you a little who, what, where about me. Who am I? My name is Jade DeVere. I'm a drag artist based out of Pennsylvania. I love the art of drag because it allows me to play and come up with new things. What am I wearing? Well, I'm very excited. I am doing my first couple shows in Baltimore this weekend, and I'm very excited, but I'm also very intimidated by them because the theme of the first show is emo, which is not a theme I do. I missed that trend. I missed that whole thing. So I was a little too old because I was goth. But I was like, you know what? Game on. Let's do some emo. It's going to be fun. My outfit is literally just like torn fishnets, a tie, my bra. My makeup tonight is Wet n Wild. My eyes are kimchi and Morphe. My lips are the Lip Bar with a little bit of Miron on there. The black is all Miron. My hair just came this afternoon from Amazon. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm mad about how much I'm enjoying this look because it gave me a chance to play with a different look tonight. Last but not least, where can you find me? Well, you can find me every other Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet on Facebook and YouTube at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also find me at Divas Down Under in February. We are doing our Valentine's Day Love It or Leave It drag show. We're all doing songs about love, and we're all doing songs about love blowing. So it'll be myself, Amethyst Diamond, Georgia Versace Couture, Poison, Katarina Couture, and Peter Pansy joining us. That is going to be an absolutely delightful show. This weekend, you can find me Friday night at the Eagle. My first time at the Eagle. That will be a RuPaul's Drag Race viewing party with Brooklyn Heights. So make sure you come out for that. And then there will be drag performances after that, all in the emo style, which I'm intimidated by, but I picked out something fun. And then Saturday, I will be at the Manor for brunch with Brooklyn Heights and Evan Dior Michelle, which is going to be an absolute fantastic show. What else do I have to say? That's it. That's enough about me. I'm going to throw it to my beautiful co-host. I'm going to bring her in. You all know her and love her. Let's welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, Amethyst Diamond.
Hi, everybody.
Is that, which one is that?
That's Gigi. This is my Gigi girl. Isn't she beautiful? She's like, bitch, what are you doing to me?
Mom, put me down. Mom.
She's like, I'm pretty, but I will kill you.
Accurate.
A mood, you know what I'm saying? It's such a mood.
How you doing, girl?
Good, honey. I'm good. You know, I think 2023 was such a wonderful year. A lot of huge successes, a lot of big things to celebrate. Not many bad things. You know what I mean? So now that we're in 2024, it's just, you know, I feel the quiet sort of. I feel the quiet, the hustle and bustle has definitely, you know, gone down a notch for me with everything I had going on at the end of the year. So now I'm just like, yay.
What's the
next thing? But no, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I think 2024 is already geared up and lined up to be an incredible year. So, here we go again.
Well, girl, why don't you give the kids a little who, what, where about you?
Sure, absolutely. What's going on, everybody? Nice to see you. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. It's your girl, Amethyst Diamond, coming at you live at South Central PA. What else? What am I wearing? Let's see. Tonight, my wig is from Sunny Delight, former Miss Continental. Sunny Delight Designs. Be sure to check out her units. They are delicious, affordable, and just really easy shake and goes. Good for travel. My makeup tonight is Queen Bee Beauty. It is also MAC, Morphe, and a couple other things in there. I don't know. I can't keep track. The jewelry, the important part. Some is from Cali Black. I think the earrings are from Cali Black. The rings and the necklace are from Lolly Cox. And this beautiful blue sequin frock is from a very high-end store called Fashion Nova. And where can you find me? You can find me anywhere you need love and light. You can find me in the darkness. You can find me at your mama's house. I'm just kidding. This weekend, you can find me at the Cantina here in York, Pennsylvania on Sunday for brunch at 1 p.m. Come join us. They're about to do some renovations, so we will be taking a break from doing shows for a couple months while they revamp themselves, but we will be back. So be sure to come check us out this Sunday. It is our last show. So, yeah, for now. Not last show for now, I should say.
I was going to say, you made that sound very finite.
Very finite. Very finite.
It's our last show, then.
No. These are my boobalas. These are my titties.
Is that Thelma and Louise?
You know, I just felt kind of natural woman today.
Yeah. Didn't even put any makeup on.
Not a stitch.
Just a little gloss. Well, girl, you pointed out that it was a new year. So new year, new merch.
Oh, we have new merch. Yay.
We do. So if you would like your Inside the Drag Closet merch, just go over to jadevere.com/merch. And my husband put this together for us. This is the new Devoted Drag Sisters line from Inside the Drag Closet. Look at that. How cute is that?
You want that on your chest.
All right. The hoodie is $35. The t-shirt is $25.
Very affordable.
The coffee mug, which is $15. And we've got sticker packs that are $7.
I love the stickers.
I love that picture.
I do love that picture. And it was, I think we were really we were feeling ourselves that night. And we both looked incredible as per usual. But, you know, that's just, we were both, I think I was pastel and very colorful. You know what I mean? Like, I met you on your level, I think.
We both got dressed. We looked at each other and we were like, oh, damn. Our cycles synced up again.
And that happens a lot. That happens frequently. And, you know, that's just, people come in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And there's certain people in my life, much like you, that I don't have to question your presence in my life. I know why you're there. You know what I mean? Without saying anything. So, you know, some people vibe and some people don't, and you and I vibe, girl. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love, like, every once in a while, and like, especially around New Year's, I look back and I'm just like, what am I grateful for? What am I thankful for? You and I, ever since we first met, we've always been friends. But it wasn't until you started doing the show that we became close, and I cherish that friendship so much.
exactly. Exactly. There's like we work with a lot of people, and we're not as close to other people as you and I are, and that's okay because a lot of like our home away from home, like Rehoboth, you know what I mean? Like we don't have the opportunity to really hang out and go to lunch with these people, so our relationships are based off of our experience at the time. You know what I mean? But like you and I can actually like we live 20 minutes apart from each other,
Yep.
so we can go to lunch, we can hang out, we can talk on the phone. Like yeah,
I
it's a
love
good
that.
thing. And I do love your look tonight. I really do.
Thank you.
I
I'm
think it suits you so well.
I didn't know how this was going to turn out. Like, I had a backup wig right over there. Like, I had a
Yeah.
whole second outfit plan, and then I did it, and I was like, "Uh-oh,
Like
I
you
just
need
became the whole
an
problem."
Invader Zim backpack and you'll be good to go.
Exactly. Oh, I love invaders. Now I have to film some TikToks when I'm done.
You're welcome.
But enough about us. Are you ready to meet our special guest this evening?
Yeah.
You
Being that,
actually,
I was going to say, I already have met our special guest this evening.
right?
20 years ago to believe, oh my God, 20 years. What is 20 years anymore? My goodness. So our guest tonight is coming to us all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah. And a very good friend of mine that I guess time and space just separated us, but they're doing great things out in Salt Lake City, Utah. Recently engaged as well, which we will get to. And somebody I met in 2001 in Shimmer in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. God, the memories. The memories. I'm sure the shenanigans we're going to remember and give to you tonight. So, without further ado, may I introduce you and the world and Jade, my sister, to the lovely, the talented, the beautiful Alexis Dove.
Hello, sweet.
Hello.
Alexis Dove Daniels, ma'am,
Ma'am.
ma'am, sir, they, them.
They, there, them, this, that, anything you want to call me, especially in compromising positions, it gets really fun there.
That's the thing that I couldn't remember. Thank you for reiterating that for me.
I tried typing that in earlier. There just wasn't room.
There was just mash the keyboard.
Usually everything I do doesn't have enough room.
Well,
Nice.
welcome to Inside the Drag Closet. We're so happy to have you all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yes,
Is the sun still up over there? Is the sun still up?
it's been covered by snow for hours at this point.
Ew. No, you can keep that. That's fine. You can have all the snow. Don't bring it over here. We don't want it.
It's homophobic. That's so homophobic.
Accurate.
It is. Well, before we get started, why don't you go ahead and give us a little who, what, where about you?
Absolutely. My name is Dove Daniels, Alexis Dove, whichever one you want to say. I'll answer to both. What am I wearing? Head to toe makeup, jacket, hat is a Renwood original. She is our designer and our theatrical designer for Cirque Du SoGAY. And where can you find me? Depends on the day. I'm coming to a glory hole near you. However, you can also find me every other weekend at Club Verse in Salt Lake City. And we're working on expanding that too.
Fantastic.
Fabulous. Yes, yes, yes.
Quick
The
reminder
chat's
for
blowing
everybody
up.
out there, make sure you share the live this evening so that more people can watch.
Took it right from me, ma'am. Took it right from me. That's right. All of you out there watching this video, it takes 2 seconds just to use that thumb and hit that share button for us. Get us out there. Spread the love. Spread the live. We love you so much. Carry on, sister.
Honestly, I just wanted to say, like, the comment section, I was like, I don't know a lot of these names, and I love seeing that. I love when we have
my
new
goodness.
guests coming in.
We have a lot. Look, Matthias is watching. You remember Matthias?
I do. Do I?
Now, calm down. Calm down. Oh, Rebecca Bird Lowry. She judged me when I won Miss Maryland. I love her so much. Love, love, love her. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in. We love you. We appreciate you.
So what is the scene like out in Salt Lake City? Because we've met Gia Bianca Stevens before, but I want to get your point of view on it, Dove.
There's
Yes,
a lot of
please.
diversity. So I have only recently gotten back into the scene, really. I moved out here. I've been here for about 3 years now. for that first year, I mean, it was still COVID ridden, so you couldn't do anything. But since then, I worked for two of the largest drag shows in Salt Lake City. And since leaving those shows and going and starting my own, the diversity in Salt Lake as far as what is considered drag and what people here accept is actually pretty phenomenal. I'm really actually quite impressed. I expect to come out here, you know, with all Mormonton having to wear my magic underwear and go over to, you know, Las Vegas to get my Andrew Christians.
And would.
And would. And she's
and would. Absolutely.
I still hop the border for booze because
So is there a lot of diversity in Salt Lake City as far as drag is concerned? Would you say there's like there's always a majority of queens, but like is there a good amount of alternative drag? Is there a good amount of kings? You know, is there spooky drag in Salt Lake City?
Getting there, surprisingly getting there. There have been I've seen some alt queens that I've seen some alt queens that have left my jaw on the fucking ground. The king scene is picking up. Actually, this upcoming weekend at Verse, we will be performing with a Corey Edgewood, fucking stunning drag king. I'm super excited. I love working with him and just love his aesthetic. So the king scene is growing, and the kings out here are phenomenal.
I love that. Yeah, it looks like we have a few watching tonight as well. I see.
Oh, yeah. We love kings.
Kings are some of my faves.
Yep.
I've dated some.
So you moved out from the Pennsylvania area all the way out there, and now you are doing your own show, which we have right there. So make sure you give them a follow on the Instagrams.
Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you, Emily, for putting that together for me.
That is so cute. Cirque Du SoGAY.
Perfect.
Which is the name of our memoir.
So do you have like a set cast in your show, or do you have like a rotating bunch of entertainers?
So what we have right now, so myself, Cirque Du SoGAY, we actually are partnered with Equinox Entertainment. That's with Craig and Miss Poison Grace. They are basically our sister company. We do have a current set crew that we work with that we sometimes it's like an entire crew that we have, and we bounce in who performs and who doesn't. Fabulous group of not only drag, we have queens, we've got male entertainers, we've got pole dancers and aerial people.
Okay.
Miss Poison Grace can do things with a pole that I'm like, oh, my knees don't allow me to do that. Sorry, girl. But, right? Shimmer.
Call me.
And then the thing with our show is we just want to continue to expand and give people a platform to perform their art and show their art. I say, it doesn't matter what you can do, as long as you can do it on stage legally, come and we'll figure out a way for you to be in the show. In fact, at the end of the month, we have auditions coming up that we've got a ton of people coming for already.
I love that. So you give everybody an opportunity to express their art no matter how they choose to do so.
It doesn't matter if you're new to the game, if you've been doing it for 100 years, if you want to come and you want to be a part of this journey, we don't care what it is.
That's amazing. That's what it's about. There's so much drag out there, you know what I mean? And obviously Drag Race has inspired and given birth to all different subcultures of drag, and everybody wants to find their own validity. So there's a lot of controversy with saying, you know, all drag is valid, right? Which it is. But is it all bookable and entertaining for all types of people? You know what I mean? What do you think about that statement in general?
You know what? I think you just have to find the market. I'm sorry. Girl, you know me. I have been all over the country, not only performing in drag, but seeing it. And it doesn't matter what style it is. There's a market for it. It's just finding that market. So in the middle of bumfuck nowhere is ratchet drag, or is my gender fuckery gonna be sellable like a ball gown queen? Who knows?
Sure.
Probably not. But you know what? You find the right market and the right area, I promise you, They will do it. So, for example, our show, like I said, there are actually more pole performers in our show than there are actually drag queens.
Nice.
We had our very first large booking at Club Verse in October. It was our Halloween show. The very first time, they were like, let's give this a go. Let's see how it is. By the end of night one, it was a 3-night engagement. By the end of night one, they're like, you are our new regular show.
Wow. That's fantastic.
It's bookable. It's doable. You just have to find the right market, and you have to market it accordingly.
Location, location, location.
That's my
That is
part.
very true.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And that's a very powerful statement too, especially now. And that's really good advice, especially for a lot of newer and some veteran performers out there too, who are just like, I haven't quite found my thing. It's all about how you market yourself. And I've been a very adaptable performer my entire drag career, because look at me, I'm an emo girl tonight.
It so suits you though. I love it.
I love it.
Oh, and these are eating my brain and they hurt, but we only have an hour and 10 minutes left. But yeah, like it's there is a market for everyone, and it's all about finding your niche, finding where you belong. And you know, like we had a great conversation with Karma Chaos about this.
She's watching tonight.
She popped in earlier tonight.
She did. Spooky bitch. Happy birthday. Love you. I know it's belated, but you matter. Freaks.
Yes, ma'am.
Love her.
But yeah, like different shows have different things that they're looking for. And there are ways to break through that wall, but you got to do it. You got to do it smart. And remember, it's a business.
Different codes with different area codes.
And let people know what they're doing. Like, don't advertise a bunch of beauty queens if you're going to have a bunch of bitches like me.
You know what I mean? So are there a lot of LGBT clubs out there?
You know, when I first got out here, there was one club that had the monopoly on the market. But since then, I mean, we've had just a plethora of the clubs opening up. And not only the clubs opening up, but like then just friendly clubs. Right. It's not necessarily, they don't necessarily identify as gay, but we know what goes on there in the bathrooms. So
absolutely.
There's just been a plethora of ones that are like not only gay, but just ones that are accepting, ma'am.
Is Salt Lake City huge? Is it a big city?
A little bit. I'd say Harrisburg. I'd compare it to Harrisburg.
Oh, really? Okay.
I compare Utah and Pennsylvania quite a bit.
Well, you got the Mormons and the Amish, as you were saying earlier. There are trees, mountains, you know, same thing. Ma'am. You know, you can have, 14 wives if you feel like it.
I'm working on 14 husbands, but
that just sounds like competitive eating.
Tell us about your little, engagement there.
Oh, stop it. I'm shy.
Yeah, right.
It was actually May of last year, at the very end of May, right before Pride Fest. My spouse, my fiance Holden proposed to me at Utah's capital. Someone should tell the Mormons.
They did. They did.
And just like everything we do, it was extra. It was like an entire TikTok moment where I came around the corner and he was gone. I'm like, where the fuck did he go? And I literally see him running down a pathway. And I'm like, and I see him pass some old lady. I'm like, maybe he's going after a dog because he's nice. I'd let the dog run. But then I come around the corner and literally 14 of our friends with 14 roses are just handing them to me. And I come up to this pathway and there he is with fucking Ballot from The Greatest Showman and a ring. Oh, it was excellent. I'll send you the video when it's done. It was.
Was there significance to the 14 roses?
It was. They were all pink roses, and it was. I don't even know it was 14. It was a bunch of roses that became a bouquet. It's just because I'm pretty and I like roses. And he did. He literally lip synced the song the song is escaping me, but from A Greatest Showman, the diva, he
Yeah.
literally lip synced that and gave me my ring. It was the wrong ring because they forgot it at home, but it was
It
still
was
a
the
cute
wrong ring. You were like, that's too big for my finger.
straight up, girl, straight up. He puts it on my hand, and I'm like, it's the wrong hand. He's like, it's the wrong ring. I'm like, oh, thank God, I didn't want to tell you I hated it.
You're like, you got me a bracelet?
And then I actually just gave him his engagement ring this past Christmas.
Oh, you bunch of sluts. I love this.
We're going down to Vegas this January for engagement photos, and then guess what? Y'all can expect some invitations.
Oh, honey, say less. Say less.
Well,
Say less.
and your fiance is a performer as well.
Yes.
Ariana Van Tea.
Ariana Van Tea, very baby
I'm
gay,
dead.
very baby
Ariana
drag.
Van Tea.
I know. Well, he specifically chose it because he's taller than Ariana Grande. And
I hate that I
also
didn't get it until just now.
Side note, thank you for your cup, Amethyst. You keep my husband employed.
Oh, baby. All day, every day.
So yes, no, Ariana Grande. And the funny thing is, the reason I started Cirque Du SoGAY was because he wanted to start performing. I had no intentions of coming out of retirement and performing. I was like, this is cute. I was like, Gia's show, hers was the last one I was working for, was Quorum of the Queens.
Yes.
And she's like, a fabulous fucking show, Jesus Christ. And she was like, hey, I know you just started, but I'm shutting the show down. I'm sorry. And I looked at him. I'm like, fuck,
and it's your fault.
I was like, Jesus, we worked for two of the bigger shows. I was like, instead of leaving or instead of just joining another show, should we start our own? And he's like, yeah. And I truly started it because I was like, all right, you want to start performing as a drag queen. I did this shit forever. Let's just do it. And then our very first show was, again, Halloween this past year.
Right.
We had the venue and the idea. Equinox Entertainment, our partners, they had the cast and they were looking for a venue. So we joined forces, and for like our first day there, let's sit down. We'll what's everyone want to do? I was like, I'm just gonna be backstage. Craig and Poison's like, the fuck you will. They're like, what are you gonna perform? And that's when I got my ass drugged back into it.
Oh my God. Wow. Is there a lot of negativity? Do you get a lot of kickback?
No, not. I mean, I know there is. I see it in the comments and the media and some things, but we've never seen anything negative as far as our show is concerned or where we've been. I will say props to Verse. They have taken every precaution when it comes to safety. I mean, they've got metal detectors at the front. For Christ's sake, they've literally got a panic room behind the bar. So they have provided a safe environment for us as entertainers. And that was the first thing they talked to us about. And Michael, one of the owners of Verse, he takes no shit. The first thing he told us when we were there, he's like, if there's anyone that gives you vibes or if they're just being rude, let me know. I will grab them by the scruff of their neck and take them outside.
Nice. I'd be like, over there.
I said, don't give me that power. I will be like Bon Qui Qui, like security. No, I don't like how she looked at me, bitch. I don't like how she looked at me. This bitch need to go.
It's always startling to me to hear stories like that because I have never really felt unsafe at a show.
No.
I feel great about that, but at the same time, I know not everybody has that same experience. I felt unsafe after a show when I watched a video and I was like, ooh, that man in the background found out I was a man halfway through the number and got angry. That's scary.
She had a vagina.
Yeah. All you can eat. But I need a nap. But yeah, it's like I saw a Facebook post this week and it got my wheels turning a little bit. And I want to know how both of you feel about this. I forget who posted it, but it was basically now that so many drag shows are being performed at non-LGBT exclusive venues, how do you feel about the queer venues closing? And basically it blamed drag shows that were moving out of those venues for gay venues closing. Any thoughts?
It's getting deep
That's
in
a
here.
lot.
Um,
That's a lot.
that is a lot. That's a hard question. I have always been a proponent, and whatever. I have always been a proponent. For me, I for example, okay, everybody, they're like, oh, gay cruises, gay cruises. I just want to go on a cruise. I don't give a shit if it's gay, straight, bi, tie, anything. I think our gay clubs are important because for certain people, especially, it provides an outlet where you're not comfortable being out in the straight world, and that's fine. And that it saddens my heart that those places are closing. However, if we want to progress forward and be seen and come in and continue to progress, we need to be able to go to these non-necessarily LGBT community or like bars and things like that to show them, hey, it's okay. We are literally, it's okay that we come here. It's okay that you accept us. But and bring them into ours. Maybe it's not that we're going to theirs. Maybe we need to be able to be willing to show them, hey, as long as you're respectful, sorry, bachelorette parties, it's okay for you to come to our venues.
Woo!
God, I fucking
Oh my God, I'm so much fun. Dance with
Right.
me.
Look, my outfit's made out of plastic dicks. Girl.
There's
Girl.
never been anything that has made me so uncomfortable around straight women than plastic dicks.
Plastic dicks.
Or the chocolate
Plastic
girl.
dicks.
Here, let's see how far we can get this down your throat.
We have a lovely question here.
Oh, shit.
From Aurora F. Sterling. Dove, when are you coming to PA to do a show?
When you're booking me, Amethyst.
Honey, get on a plane. I got you.
So Miss Aurora, hi baby, I miss you too. I've already, that's the thing with this show. I have been working and branching out as much. Part of my gig is not to just stop here in Salt Lake City. I've got plans for other states as well. The moment I have a inkling to come back to Pennsylvania to visit again, trust me, I'm gonna be on the phone with every bitch I know. They're saying, hey, why don't you throw me in?
Honey, that'll take all of 10 seconds. That'll take all of 10 seconds to fill up your entire week while you're here.
Accurate.
Like, seriously. But going back to the whole, like, the bars, you know, like the gay clubs closing and stuff like that, that is such a big thing with me. It's such a big thing because, like, okay, we as a community, as a queer community, we wanted to be included. We wanted an invitation to the party. We wanted to be able to sit at the same table everybody else sat at. We got that. But we didn't realize that came with a price. We can go anywhere and be anything and go anywhere, but that came with the cost of our things. We don't need gay clubs anymore, do we? Because we can go anywhere. We sacrificed our own shit to sit at the same table. You know what I mean? Like, we wanted to be included. We wanted the same everything else.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't realize that would take away the things that were labeled ours, because we didn't want it to just be us. We wanted it to be everybody. So I really, 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 really think I miss nightclubs. You know what I mean? I discovered who I was next to a speaker. You know what I mean? Next to the lights and the sweat and my peers and my friends and the straight girl over there throwing up. You know what I mean? Like, I became who I am. My heart beats on a dance floor. That's where I belong. That's where I want to return to. But we didn't realize when we wanted a seat at everybody else's table, we don't get to have our own things anymore because we don't want them, apparently.
Because they wanted our table too.
Well,
they wanted our table too.
We have a lot of internal hatred in our community right now.
We do.
Like, I was, and I think it's internal cliquishness also. that's really spreading us thin and canceling, because like you said, when you went there, it was everybody there. When I started going there, everybody was there. Like, it was bears, twinks, everybody was there. Now it's like every bar has to have their own goddamn niche, and it's not enough.
Right.
And I was out at one bar, and the audacity. There was this young, early 20-something that said, I don't think people over their 30s should come to gay clubs anymore. I'm like, ma'am.
Bye.
So I think it's that mentality. It's like, we separate ourselves and we want the seat at the table, which I think we deserve. But it's like,
absolutely,
that has a part to play. But I also think it's our internal hatreds that, like, we separate ourselves. That has a part to play as well, because we segregate ourselves in these clubs.
We do. And honestly, technology hasn't helped that either.
Oh God, it's a double-edged sword.
This doesn't help a damn thing, because this is all we need anymore.
When I said Grindr's great because there's so many choices, but Grindr's also terrible because there's so many fucking choices.
We're a world of thumbs. That's all we are anymore. We don't go out and we don't socialize. We don't do any of that, because we can do it from the safety of our own home and be anything and anyone we want to be.
And we control the hell out of it.
And we do.
And people do.
And somehow that people think that gives them power.
Gives you nothing.
And that's sad. That's very, very sad. I miss nightclubs. We need nightclubs to come back. I miss Club Excess every day.
Yes, ma'am.
I miss that, because that's where I met my family. That's where I met the people who mean the most to me. That's where I met the people who I still sit down after 24 years later and have Thanksgiving dinner with. You know what I mean? The people that was holding my hair back while I got sick, the people I was doing drugs with, the people that I was in the back of a car not knowing where we were going. You know what I mean? Those were the essence of my life, and I miss them dearly. I really, really do. I really, really, really do. And I hope that nightclubs make a comeback, because it will bring us all back together. You know, we need to see each other. We need to love each other. We need to be in that chaos. We need to be messed up. We need to question things. We need to do something wrong. You know what I mean? That's the spice of life. It's the spice of life. It made me who I am.
We all need that place to be a little sloppy. We need,
and nobody gets sloppy like we do.
People are created.
Nobody gets sloppy like we do. And everybody's welcome to our party. You don't have to close our clubs. Close your boring ass clubs down. ours has lights and bubbles and cookies. Like, what's wrong with you?
Wait, where were the cookies? Hang on, I want those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Close your shit down. Ours is nice. So we like our stuff. You know what I mean? I miss it. I really do. I miss it so badly.
We know how to make an actual cocktail.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Come play on our playground. Oh. But yeah, I get very, very emotional about that, because I feel a certain way about that. You know what I mean? We wanted the invitation to the club and we got it, but it cost us our things.
Yep.
You don't want a label. Guess what? That removes ours too. So.
Ma'am, that's the tea.
What do you think about that?
Anyway, there are a lot of. Our entire comment section is just a whole bunch of people that I haven't seen since Club Excess.
Yes.
And I've only done drag at Club Excess once, and it was for the final pageant at Club Excess. But I would go there for karaoke because I was that homosexual. But
wow, that would have been in 2012.
Yep.
Ma'am. One of my fondest memories at Club Excess was at their amateur show being judged by Miss Jamaica. My fucking heart, bitch. My fucking
Jamaica
heart.
Stevens.
I
God
threw
bless
her in
her.
a dress, and I loved every moment of her.
She was the only one that talked like this the whole time. Jamaica Stevens.
Boy.
Jamaica Stevens, God rest her soul.
Yes, indeed.
I judged her at the Club Excess pageant, and it was the question she got for onstage question was, what is your least favorite word in the English language and why? And the cojones on this woman to stand there, and she was like, I don't know if I can say it. And she said the N-word, and she was like, I hate that word. It does nothing but hurt people, And I hate that I said it just now, but that is my least favorite word. And I was like, I don't know how to score this.
That was Jamaica. That was 100%. Oh,
that was Jamaica.
that was
absolutely her. Drinking her Malibu and Diet Dr. Pepper. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. God, I would give the things I would give. The things I would give to go back to those amazing 5 years. I would consider selling my soul. I swear to you, if I could go back to 2007 to 2012 at Club Excess, you couldn't tell me shit. You couldn't tell me a damn thing. I would quit drag for the rest of my life if I could have those 5 years back. Easily.
Yeah, fantastic
Easily.
people, fantastic bar, everything about that.
Easily.
Fucking
fabulous. I would give anything to have those 5 years, just one more night. Oh my God, I would give anything.
I have a list of relatives I'd give up. Hold on.
And I know there's so many people out there that feel the same way because Club Excess, the family there was just a fucking family. It was just a mess of a beautiful family.
Emphasis
like,
on a mess. Emphasis on a mess.
Just a mess.
Yes.
But it's just a beautiful, beautiful mess of people.
Oh my God.
Like DJ Chameleon and DJ Joyce. You know, I saw Christine W. there. I met RuPaul there for the first time. Deborah Cox was there. Sandra Bernhard. Like, the people that were there. Pierre Fitch, the porn star. You know what I mean?
Bro, it was almost like a Pennsylvania Studio 54. Like, seriously.
It was. I was there from Wednesday to Sunday.
Well, we don't talk about Thursday. We don't talk about college night.
And the shows there were everything. I'm gonna trip down memory lane for just a moment because Amethyst, I love everything about what's going on right now. I want you to talk about this picture right here.
Yes. Everything, yes. Fucking Carmen.
I met Carmen very briefly. Because she, like, our paths didn't cross very much, but I met her once and she was lovely.
So that was a black and white party. The Club Excess, along with what is the organization?
The Black and White Party.
The Black and White Party, and there's a leather group, and it's sponsored like AIDS Community Alliance or something like that. Every year we did the Black and White Party. We had like a huge guest. That's when RuPaul came. The theme that year was Dreamgirls. So in that picture is myself. Whitley Nicole Dier is to the right, if you're looking at the picture, and Carmen Sierra, who's no longer with us, is on the left. And I remember rehearsing that number for months. It took months, and Chris Quigley actually made our gowns for us. I still have it. I still love it. It fits me like flesh. Mostly because I'm fatter now.
You don't need a pad today.
That was just a spectacle. We always put on the biggest show for the Black and White Party. The place was packed, like 950 people, like capacity from wall to wall. And we raised a lot of money for a lot of people. That was a very special night. We did an encore show of that because people loved it so much. It was great. We did Dreamgirls, and it was just amazing. Just in front of an ocean of people on a dance floor. Like, I miss it so badly. I do. I miss it terribly. But yeah, that was a good night. It was good times. Good times that I'm very hopeful that will return to us someday. So, Club Excess reunion party.
I love that idea. I would love to be invited to that because again, I only performed at Club Excess a total of twice. Once for the pageant, once for the last Black and White party they had there.
Yeah, we did an Alice in Wonderland theme. I think we did a disco theme. We did Dreamgirls as well. I remember doing Thriller there. I played Michael Jackson. Oh my God, the memories. Oh my God, the memories. The memories.
Dove, what venues were you involved in when you were out this way?
Yeah.
When I was in Pennsylvania, my biggest bar was Stallions, mainly because that was the only one that would let me go there because I was still underage. But I performed at Stallions. I performed with Tequila Daniels and a handful in New York. I know. My mama, Tequila Daniels.
That ratchet bitch, I love her.
Right? Performed with her in New York. I performed at Twist nightclub.
Oh my God. With Vivica Von Peters.
Girl!
Well. You know, Estella Sweet is still doing her thing.
Oh, ma'am, go ahead.
Estella Sweet and Vivica Von Peters still doing the damn thing.
Mood. Performed at Club Z in Williamsport.
Oh my God, you're killing me.
I know.
Oh, and Martha Wash there, and Christine W, and Deborah Cox.
But yeah, so did a lot of most of the PA bars, at least like the Central and the, inner Central.
Right, you can't say South Central because my daughter will get pissed off about it. my daughter who lives in Penn State, you can't say South Central because we're more like Southeastern.
She'll have a full aneurysm.
She will. Love you, Alanya. Love you, pretty girl, you.
When I was underage, I went to any bar that would take me and let me suck a dick in the parking lot.
Wow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That completes our show for the evening. I'm kidding. We could talk about sucking the D. It's fine. Speaking of, Matthias Matthews is watching. Hi, I love it. Speaking of somebody who has been in my memories, you know what? I have known this man since I was 21 years old, and next month I will be turning 44. Okay, so I have known Matthias for 23 years. 23 years, over half of my life, and he's still in my life today. I still see him every time I go down to Rehoboth. You know what I mean? He's back and forth between here and Pennsylvania. I'm back and forth between there and Pennsylvania. So I have known him for 23 years. And he's always been such a wonderful person to me. What's dramatic to say? I can't believe we didn't talk about what?
Sucking dick during her interview.
I'm sorry, honey. We'll have to bring you back. We could have a whole episode talking about S and the D. Lord have mercy. Sorry, Matthias. It always goes back to S and the D. But yes, I've known that man for a very long time. And he's always, no matter where my history has taken me, he's always been there too. Always on the sidelines, no matter where it was, any city, any state, no matter where. I was like, oh, there he is. There's Santa Claus showing off his abs and handing out bottles of lube. You know what I mean? It's what he does. Bunny. At the Easter Bunny, honey, the clowns, the everything.
The goddamn Easter Bunny.
The everything. Put on some damn clothes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he owns many.
No, bitch, she owns a thong and a bunch of masks.
Exactly. And a lot of fruit. A lot of fruit.
And a lot of snake that she holds across her neck, ma'am.
A lot of fruit, But anyway, where were we? Suck a dick. Something. I don't know.
That's Matthias's drag.
That's my drag. I love it. I would love to see like a collaboration of all the pictures him and I have taken together in the past 20 years. Like
the pictures that he posts when he wishes people happy birthdays, I'm like, God damn, you know this fucking bitch too? Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna lie, the first gig I did in Rehoboth, I went down with Amethyst and we were at the Purple Parrot, which doesn't do shows anymore. Yes. And we ran into Matthias, and the whole time I'm like, I know you, but I wasn't putting two and two together. And then at one point it clicked. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was not expecting to see anybody I knew. And my brain was just like, no, what's going on? We were asked if any of us are performing at Reading Pride on July 21st. I
What day
currently have
is that?
not been asked to perform yet. I did it last year. I would be open to it. I haven't
That's
heard
no,
anything yet.
July 21st.
Yes.
It's a Sunday, so tell your people to call my people. As long as the money lines up, I'll be there.
If
And
Reading
so will she.
wants to buy me a plane ticket, fuck yeah, let's go.
So, Dove, I have a fun question for you. If you could create your ideal gay venue, what would it be?
Ooh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound a little cheesy. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Self-promotion, I'm not gonna lie. Club Verse is easily becoming my favorite gay venue. The reason I say that, it's not like the all-star, like, oh my god, this is the best place I've ever. They have a vision for our community and a goal in mind. The thing with Club Verse is everyone is welcome. Every shape, body shape, every lesbian, gay, bi, tie, whatever you want to label yourselves, however you
Bye,
gender.
Ty.
I can say that my boyfriend's black. No,
Is he?
He's
I was
very
like, I think he's. I was like, I see pictures, honey. I don't know.
Like quarter point, 2 point. Anyway, no, but and even they have a vision of everybody's welcome. They have events with the gay rodeo out here. They have the kink community. They've got pup play. They've got the drag queens. It is so inclusive, and I love it because
That's
every
awesome.
day you go there, it's something new and like, fuck, did I just walk into? Like,
what is this?
And in fact, to the point where like my one business partner, Poison Grace, wants to hold a knitting circle every Friday. Like, I know. Yeah, right? I know. Gay knitters. Knitters. Like, I love
how you say that, girl. She called me a knitter.
What up, my knitter?
I have to go.
The diversity and the obscurity of it all. Like it's just so
sure.
Everybody's welcome, and I love that feel. That would be my ideal. If this bar can keep going and keep bringing in this diversity, I love that. That's why I, whenever they ask us about being there, that's why I want to be there. It's because our show isn't even your typical. It's not just a drag show, which nothing wrong with that. I love my drag queens. That's where I came from. That's who I love. That's who taught me to do what I'm doing. But it's evolved to more than that. We've got our straight girls who do pole. We've got our gay boy who shakes his ass on the floor but can do it well compared to the drunk ones. But like, it's just so diverse and so unique. It's what I love. Diversity.
We used to do a show here in Harrisburg that was called Risque Cabaret. And it was burlesque, and it was drag, and it was everything in between. We ended up doing a lot more circus performances, and it reminds me very much of that. Sadly, the venue we were at was demolished just recently because they wanted to expand the highway. But yeah, like performers need to be elevating each other. And helping each other and reaching out to each other. And, you know, I reached out to a performer today who was just blown away by the fact that I had a moment to reach out with words of encouragement. And I was like, why is that groundbreaking? Like, I saw
that needs to be normalized.
It does need to be normalized, very much so.
Absolutely.
Supporting each other needs to be normalized. That's the fact of the matter.
Like, it's effortless. It's so effortless. And honest to God, if you're not clapping for other people, no one's going to clap for you. You know what I mean? You have to. It's okay to share your sister's posters. You know, it's okay to advertise for your friends. You know, just because you're not in the show doesn't mean you can't say, "Hey, go check out my sisters," because you know what? They're doing the same damn thing you're doing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you want the same respect. They're trying to make $1 too. So
And
And
we're all
with
doing it.
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, please, babes, go.
With that, not every critique is trying to tear you down. Like that's one thing I've noticed in the last couple of years. Like anybody who gets feedback on something has a knee-jerk reaction. Not everybody, but like I've had a couple people who are just like, you don't even know. And I'm like,
a good portion.
I didn't have to say anything, but I was trying to offer, you know, especially if you're in a competition. Like I will say this to the day I die. If you're in a competition and there's critique and you just clap back at critique, don't do a competition.
That's a mood.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to hear the feedback from other people who have a different perspective than you do about your craft, giving you the potential to grow and be better, then don't do it.
Exactly.
100.
Ryan, just very good quote right here. If you're looking down at someone, it better be because you're offering a hand to lift them up.
It's because I'm 6'7" in drag. That's why.
I love when her and
I
when we get pictures together and every picture, like I'm boob height to her because I'm 5'4".
Mood 5'5", babes. I got you.
Right?
It happens. It happens. Hold on.
6'7" short.
6'7" short. Exactly. I'll be right back. I have to go tinky winky on camera.
I'm gonna move her out there for a minute.
We don't need that blank space.
But that's what she gets for chugging all that champagne.
Ooh, hold on. I didn't get my bottle in the mail.
Right. Dove, I am having such a wonderful time I'm loving watching you two reminisce.
Oh God.
Like for me, like I got into the drag game super late. Like I started when I was 35. Which I mean, not as late as some, like one of my drag children started in her 50s.
Well, I mean, I'm 36, so I got you, babe. I started back up.
Yeah. I'll be turning 45 this year. And you know, I did get a lot of flack when I started off, but then people were just like, oh, you know what you're doing. And I'm like, I do. Like, I've been a performer my whole life. I didn't think I would be doing drag. I always liked the idea of it. And then I got stuck with it, basically. And I haven't, no, I don't want to say I haven't regretted a minute because I have regrets. But
no regrets.
No regrets, just like my tramp stamp says. But yeah, like, it's wonderful because all the time I have people reach out to me who's just like, oh girl, you remember hanging out with this person? And I'm like, no, don't. I met them once. And I feel bad. A legend in this area was Dame Glenda. And everyone's like, remember when Glenda did this? And I'm like, I don't. I met her once. I'm so sorry.
Queen. Oh.
Yeah. I also was never a bar person. Like I went through a heavy drinking phase, which is why I didn't like going to bars. She has no idea. But yeah, like I got my start at Stallions. I was a coach for amateur drag race for 4 out of the 5 seasons they did. One season I was a judge, which was lovely to not have to stress all week. But like I will still say thank you to Stallions for helping me get my start. I haven't performed there in a few years now, but you know,
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like
yeah.
I truly don't think there's anything wrong with outgrowing. That's okay. Hello, ma'am. She changed.
Oh, she looks lighter.
I am.
She's enjoying her champagne.
Her champagne.
I don't have champagne.
Oh, vodka. Never mind.
Oh, that's what I got. My spouse, he's the one. He loves champagne.
And a Ritz cracker, girl. Stop me.
Or you could really go in deep and have what we call. So my best friend, ironically, my spouse's name is Holden, and my best friend's name is Holden. My best friend, we call it a Holden mimosa. It's champagne and vodka.
Nice.
Right? It's actually.
I gotta go.
We've had so many fucked up evenings on that shit.
We just got a really good question from one of our Patreons here.
Interject them.
What was your experience or connection to drag before becoming a performer? We'll start with you, Dove.
That's actually fun story. So my little queer ass started hanging out in the bar parking lot at 14, where it wasn't uncommon at the time, but my first interaction with drag was actually Miss Amethyst's drag daughter, Miss Lexus. She was my first drag queen I ever met, who complimented me on my slim figure. It's not as slim anymore, but she's still trying. But my first interaction was that with drag. Then after that, you know, I watched the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race with that tragic ass filter. And here she fucking is. I literally just hung out in the Stallions parking lot until some drag queen decided to let me come in on their dime, and I've been performing ever since.
Oh, the memories.
Oh, the triggers.
There are lots of those, but Lexus Diamond. Lexus was, let's see, Sanika was first, and then Cassandra. Lexus was my third kid.
And Lexus, I met her in her
12.
one-piece black leotard.
Oh, you know the one?
Yeah, the one.
You couldn't tell her nothing. She was tall, thin, blue-eyed, and blonde. You couldn't tell her shit.
Not a fucking thing.
Still very much the same.
What about you, Amethyst? What was your connection to drag before becoming a performer?
Well,
yeah,
as soon as I'm done eating this cracker, I'll tell you.
She's voguing.
All right, then I'll give you a minute to finish chewing. Are you ready?
Thank you. I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what was my experience / connection to drag before becoming a performer? So, that would have been the early 90s. For me, that would have been around the time RuPaul hit the scene around 1992, 93. So RuPaul would have been, sadly, my view of RuPaul then and my view of RuPaul now, two totally different things. So, yeah, RuPaul hit the scene around 92, 93. The movie Tu Wong Fu had just come out. I think that was 94. So that was my 12, 13, 14-year-old stage. So definitely RuPaul, definitely the Birdcage, definitely Tu Wong Fu, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Get off that crucifix. Someone needs the wood.
All right. So those were my first influences for drag. I was in marching band and symphonic band. I played the trumpet in middle school and high school. So for I guess it would have been 2000. No, it's 2000. My ass. It would have been 1996. When I first did drag, like other than 1983, when my mom thought she was cute for Halloween, dressing up her 3-year-old son. Joke's on you. But in 1996, when I willingly did it on my own, it was for my high school marching band's Halloween party. And that would have been in 1996 when I first put it all on. God bless her. Oh, God bless her. I hope there's no pictures out there. But then the person who actually helped me do that at that time was my best friend's father, who ended up coming out years later. But he introduced me to his best friend, who was an entertainer in Washington, D.C. He performed with a group called the Washington Academy of Arts in Southeast D.C. They met once a month on a Sunday at a strip club in Southeast D.C. But his name was Richie Rich Diamond. And that man ended up becoming my drag father and gave birth to Amethyst Diamond. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's where we are. So that was my first experience with drag before I started performing, was RuPaul and Tu Wong Fu.
Nice.
The supermodel era.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mine was Rent in 97.
Ooh.
Angel Dumont Chenard. I was such a theater kid. I was like, that's what I want to be.
You
In
little shit.
fact, this goes back. I remember going to Stallions for underage night when I was in college, dressed as Angel. Because for our costuming class, we had to do an entire costume breakdown for a show, and we had to do at least one costume from the show. So I did Angel's head to toe Santa drag look, and I
Just grab
wore
the
it
Santa
in
coat.
Stallions. Yep.
Santa coat, some like zebra tights. You know what I mean? A
Mhm.
belt, the boots,
Crossway.
the
The
drumsticks,
belt, I still
Um,
have to this day. It is right there.
and the
I
short
have
little
not worn
bob
it.
and the poinsettias.
Yep.
hmm I've seen so many productions that have changed up that costume over the years too, but none were so iconic as that original Angel outfit. Matthias, Tim Curry, Boy George, Pete Burns from Dead or Alive. Oh yeah, just
Right. There was plenty of
They-
drag out there.
yeah, and
See, now that
those
was-
were quintessential non-binary performers before we knew what that was. Because none of them were
Right.
particularly feminine or masculine. They were right in that middle area.
Right. Because I was jamming to Karma Chameleon before I even understood what Boy George was about.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
You know what I mean? I was singing to Sylvester. You know what I mean? Before I even knew what they were about. So the rhythm was already in me before I knew what the artist represented. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
So
love
what's
that.
that?
Tim Curry. See, that was no Tim Curry. Tim Curry and the whole Rocky Horror Picture Show was my sexual awakening, girl.
Right. It was so controversial back then.
It was, and he was pansexual before that was a thing, man.
Right. Right.
Have either of you seen the new Rocky Horror that they did?
What?
How do you not know about this? A number of years ago, Dove has opinions. They redid Rocky Horror. The premise was interesting, but it just never panned out. Frankenfurter was played by Laverne Cox.
Who fabulous, however.
Oh,
She was incredible, but she wasn't right for that role.
Mm-mm.
And they changed the pronouns for Frankenfurter. And I'm like, no. Like,
oh God.
yeah. And I love Laverne Cox. And I know she wanted that role, but like, it didn't work for me.
And
Here's a fun one. Have either of you seen Shock Treatment?
I have.
Yeah. That's the sequel to Rocky Horror.
Wait, the movie from the 80s?
Yes.
Oh wait. Oh no. I heard that as something completely different.
Yep.
Yep,
Shock Treatment with,
I have not.
ironically, Brad and Janet are in it, but they're the only two actors that, like, Barry Bostwick and Susan Sarandon did not return.
Miss Susan.
The two of them are not in it, but the rest of the cast is in it playing different characters.
Really? All right, now I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, except for Tim Curry.
Holden, I know you're watching. Can you please pull that movie up? We'll watch it tonight when this is over.
Oh,
right now.
Well, and the funny thing about it is it's all set in Denton. And originally they wanted to like have a town that was Denton, but they couldn't secure a site. So they made it a sound studio, and Denton, the home of happiness, was a reality TV show.
What?
I'm not drunk or not drunk enough to understand this premise.
Yeah,
Can we
it's.
talk about how voluptuous my breasts are right now?
Girl,
I
and
was
she's
gonna say
slipping.
she's feeling it.
I'm feeling my whole fantasy, girl. Transistor sister over here. Mm.
Amethyst, this is her coming out.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
So we've got about 20 minutes left.
What are we
So
gonna
I
do?
think what we should do you want to talk about Derek's helpful drag tip?
No.
No, nothing. My husband is a show director here in Harrisburg, and We just had an incredible Divas Down Under. We just had our 7th anniversary of that show. Well, 7th anniversary of the show under that name. We've actually been at that venue a little closer to 10 years.
Holy
But
crap.
yeah, it's wild. But Derek has a helpful drag tip every week. And the one he has this week, I absolutely love. And Dove, I think you're going to love this drag tip as well. This is a drag tip for show directors.
Ooh.
Derek's helpful drag tip. Let's normalize listing performers' pronouns on show lineups. It is a small step that takes only seconds to do, but can make a big difference in welcoming performers and making them feel safe.
I actually do appreciate that, and
Sure.
I do enjoy that.
Yep.
Agreed. Or as you've I love that you've so thoughtfully done any pronouns. I'm gonna actually use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good thing.
And that's one thing we started doing on the show now that we have the little headline thing on StreamYard. I was like, that's the perfect place for pronouns. I think when we started the show, we didn't do it. And we were visual, but we also were on streaming platforms for podcasts. And we were like, we need to include stuff like that.
It's important, especially now.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see Gia Bianca Stevens next week.
I love me some
Next week is the 52nd annual Miss Gay America competition in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Ma'am.
I will be flying out next Monday evening. I'm not competing. I did not qualify to compete. However, I am going as a dresser for Miss Gay Eastern States America, contestant number 14, Miss Roxy Overbrook, all the way from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. So I will be her right-hand woman, man, whatever, they, them. I will be the one making sure that she is prim, proper, and ready to go on stage. And I love it. Even though I didn't qualify, I love that I still get to be amongst all of the background noise. Like, it's going to be amazing, especially because contestant number 13 is Miss Gay Maryland America, Stormy Scott. So the person I crowned Miss Maryland, I also get to be right next to while she's competing for Miss Gay America. You know what I mean? And that's a very, 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 very special thing. She's in the same group as the person I'm dressing. So if my little sister, the person that I pass the crown on to, needs anything, I'm going to be right there to help her out. So yeah, I think that's really cool. But I'm super, super excited to see Gia. She is representing Miss Gay Sin City America, along with Ada Vox, both friends of the show, have both been on the show. So I'm excited, and I wish them both the best of luck. Gia and I share a very special experience because the year prior to myself being Miss Maryland and her being Miss New York City, or Miss New York America, we were both in the audience watching as Dextacy got crowned, and we both said to each other, wouldn't it be really cool if, next year we were both on that stage together? And lo and behold, Miss New York and Miss Maryland showed up on stage together. So it's very, very special. I wish her the best of luck. And I can't wait to see her. So I miss her. It's such a reunion at nationals. Like, oh, I love it. People you see once a year. So it'll be fun. But anyway, carry on.
I remember watching videos of the two of you, and you two were just cackling like banshees the whole time. It was great.
We do. Hi, Gia. Hi, baby. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you. I was just sharing our story of us sitting in the audience yelling homosexual program to everybody. So I'm so excited to see what you have in store. You're already pretty. You're beautiful. You got that, baby. So knock 'em dead. I'll be there if you need me. Let's grab a coffee or 10 seconds just to have a conversation. That'd be great. So I love you. I'll see you next Tuesday. Not calling you a cunt. Next Tuesday.
She will. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Sorry, I rambled. Go ahead.
It's all good. I want to throw it back to Dove. Do you have basically any words of wisdom for performers who want to get into the drag business?
Don't do it.
It's a trap.
Don't do it.
It was funny actually. So we have an audition show coming up for performers in the area that are going to come at the end of the month, and they were talking to me. One performer in particular, who I'm super excited to see because they go by they them pronouns and are bringing a gothic drag actually to the stage. Said they were super nervous about coming and performing, and it's something I stand by. I've said it now, I'll say it again. If you're not a little nervous, it doesn't matter if you're a brand new performer or a seasoned performer. If you're not a little nervous and excited before each show, don't fucking walk on stage because it's not worth it. Period.
Right.
Like every time I walk on stage, I'm a little nervous and I'm a little excited.
Absolutely. You have to have that feeling. It has to give you that hinge, that whatever you want to call it. Like it has to, you have to know that when you walk out there, it's a little scary, but it's also really fucking exciting. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So if you're not feeling a little bit of everything, don't walk on stage because it's no longer fun and it's no longer worth it.
Exactly.
I always tell new performers, like, if you're nervous, that's good, because that means you want to do well and you want to succeed.
Yeah.
And you're taking it seriously.
Exactly.
Like, I got into a phase of my life where, like, going on stage didn't do anything. It was just kind of like, here I go again. And I realized I need to shake things up. Like, and that's, again, the godsend of doing this show. Like, I get to play. I get to try new things every once in a while. Like, I was telling Amethyst earlier, I was like, I barely have a cheek contour on, and I'm not mad about it at all.
Same.
Right? Oh. She didn't have a chance.
Just the twing.
She didn't have a chance.
And I was like, I don't. It's kind of a weird affirmation to, as someone who has had problem skin their whole life. I'm kind of like, I don't hate this right now. I don't hate looking at my skin right now.
I love it.
I might get another chemical peel, but
you're giving me very Bendel chemical peel.
Do it, baby.
Right. I've done a chemical peel before. It was the weirdest experience ever. But would I do it again? Maybe. I don't know. Because I had 3 sessions. First session, you lay there, they do a nice alcohol wipe on your face, and then they put the salicylic acid on your face, and you just sit there. And the first time I'm like, okay, it's getting warm. All right.
Sizzle.
This is not fun. The second time they did it, like, she accidentally pushed a little too hard under my eye and burned me. Like, not severe, but it was enough that I was like, the funny thing is it didn't hurt as much the second time. The third one was fires of hell on my face.
Flames.
Ironically, your entire story is my experience at the first 3 bathhouses I went to.
Spot on my face.
Oh, really? I'm here for a bathhouse story.
We don't have
enough time.
We can go over.
I mean, it goes from Seattle to Las Vegas, and we're back.
But yeah, like chemical peel, I recommend it because I felt great afterward. They were funny though. They were like, you have to avoid the sunlight for a while. So it was October and I had to be a vampire. So
get the umbrella out. I don't do the sun.
I don't do the sun.
Oh, I was in hoodies the whole time. But I was like, can I do makeup? Because I'm a drag performer. And they were like, oh yeah, you can put anything on it.
Never again.
Like, oh. What, you'll never wear makeup again?
Ever.
She's not wearing it now.
Exactly.
I don't even have a bra on. These tits are just out of control.
We're aware of it. We can all see them.
Nip slip.
Letting your mommy milkers hang out like that. And that's the reaction I wanted. Have you heard of the vampire facial? I have heard of the vampire facial. Absolutely not.
Tiffany, what are you talking about? What's a vampire facial?
What the fuck is a vampire facial?
Oh, let me make sure I got my.
Are you Googling it? She said she knew what she was, and now she's Googling it.
Is that where they inject pockets of blood into your divots?
It's microneedling.
Ooh.
Oh, microneedling. Yeah.
Yeah, which is not what I thought it was, but it was blood related.
No.
Like
I'll just look like I'm melting. That's okay.
exactly.
It happens. It happens.
If you want to watch a really interesting video, one of our gal pals who's been on the show a few times, Nomi Moore, follow her over on YouTube. She actually had a what was it called? A cold shoot. But she had a treatment that basically her first layer of skin all peeled off. Yeah. And she looks stunning. Like that girl, she's just incredible.
It was enough seeing Miss Ursula from the Boulet Brothers, Dragula, shoving a needle through her face over New Year's one year. I was like, ooh, ma'am, no. Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Not today, Satan.
Ooh. I have a lot of respect for people who go on that show because I could never.
Girl, that is Fear Factor mixed with RuPaul's Drag Race, like extreme.
Right. You gotta eat poop and stuff.
No, ma'am.
Landon Sider talked about eating a spider and it getting stuck.
No, ma'am. Though, can we say I was rooting for him the whole time, and I was like, valid.
Yeah. Chase is watching tonight. Hi, Chase.
Hi, Chase.
Who the fuck is Chase?
You might have met him before, but I'm not going to say his dead name. So you might recognize him under a different name.
Okay.
Yeah. Chase is a local entertainer, local gorgeous trans man that lives in Gettysburg, the Gettysburg area. But I don't know if the time frames line up. I'm not sure how old Chase is.
I met a lot of people.
Because I'm old as dirt, so. Hey, Chase. Chase is going to be joining me next month in Gettysburg.
Nice.
Since I am the reigning Miss Gay Gettysburg, America, I decided to put together a benefit show for Gettysburg Pride. I'm having two, actually. I'm having one Friday, February 23rd at the Gettysburg Community Theater. So be sure to come on out. Tickets aren't available yet. I think we'll have a poster by this weekend. But we're going to raise some money for Gettysburg Pride. That way we can have a gay old time and it be successful and fabulous.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exciting.
It's funny, Amethyst and I have been helping out a lot of prides lately, and like it's only January and prides are already in full swing.
It has to start sometime.
Yep.
We just had our first pride meeting on Tuesday.
When is Salt Lake City Pride?
So there's a whole thing right now. They're splitting because there was the Utah Pride Center has the pride at the very beginning of June, but there's also going to be a second organization doing Salt Lake City Pride, which right now my organization and I are involved in, and that's going to be the end of June.
Okay.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
It's Ryan said the Lancaster Pride Entertainment Committee meets in a few weeks. Tiffany, the president of Lancaster Pride is 5 months away.
Hi,
Yes,
call me. I'll be there to entertain or host or whatever you need me for.
Yep. I'm performing I've signed up for Lancaster Pride this year. I'll be helping out with York Pride this year, which we are working on very fun headliners. We can't announce it yet, but
we can't tell you.
Yep. We're trying to get people who have been on this show before.
It's Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay frickin' Lohan.
Frickin' Lohan.
We're doing the Lighting the Way to Pride for Central PA Pride this year.
Featuring Mistress Isabella Brooks.
Yep. So that's going to be a lot of
fun. Were
fun.
we supposed to say that?
I don't know if we were allowed to announce that yet.
Well, I did. Mistress Isabella Brooks.
Yep.
March 23rd. Come see us.
Yep.
March 23rd.
We will be there as former members of the royal court.
We are former royals.
No, we are not.
I was Miss Gay pride.
We've been having great debates about that lately.
Oh, ma'am.
Yeah, I was Miss Central PA Pride in 2012. But I think out of the formers, the two of us will be there, Poison will be there, Anita Dixon will be there, and Sebastian will be there. And somebody
Sarah
else.
Baskin and Candy Bar.
Yep.
And Kelly Couture.
You say Carol Baskins?
Yes.
Carol Baskins will be there. Honey, fucking Baskin Robbins will be there too.
Yep. Anita Dixon will be there. Who am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Nope, that's about it. And our current title holder, Jasmine LaBelle Houston, will be there, as well as the incredible Madam D will be there. So that's going to be a fun event. So we've got 5 minutes left. What do we want to talk about?
Crap.
Sucking dick, apparently.
Sucking dick. I have fond memories. No, I don't. I'm in my 40s. I don't remember.
I forget those days.
That was before there was film out. That can hurt a bitch.
I think that's one thing we actually avoid talking about on this show. We don't talk about sex a whole lot, mostly because I think every drag performer at some point has that day that they're just like, why are people messaging me? Why are people hitting on me on Facebook?
Because you're beautiful.
Because you got them mommy milkers.
Mommy milkers.
Because I got these titties.
Titties.
I guess it would be hard to talk about sex on a drag podcast, because while we're doing our art, we don't want to be fetishized in that persona.
And no harm, no foul to girls who have sex and drag. That's, not my journey.
You're nasty.
I want all this off before I do anything, because if I go down, there's going to be a face print, and that's evidence. That's evidence. I don't want that.
Right, I'm coming up with somebody else, and you may not like that.
I don't want any evidence.
Hi, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back, Daddy. What's up, bro?
Hey, did you have a good time?
I'll be like, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, bitch. Why does that take me to Jamaica? If Jamaica, you met her in drag and then she took it all off.
Who's that?
Baby, she had a beard under her foundation. She had a full-grown beard.
Full-grown, bitch.
Full-grown. Matthias loves our show. Isn't that cute?
Well, tune in every other week.
Every other week, baby. This is episode 4095. So
it really is. Where are we at? 138 episodes.
138. That's my age.
Right.
Wow.
Our next episode is going to be fun. Our special guest has to double check on some things. Stuff came up, so it might just be me and Amethyst next week.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we actually have to talk. Yeah. Maybe we should order food. We'll order food and just eat here.
I'll order it right now for next week.
All right. But she's gonna get back to me soon. So I don't want to announce her yet. I don't want to blow her up like that. But
do I know her?
No. Literally, like most of this year is people who reached out on TikTok, which
thank you, TikTok.
Incredible. We are fully booked all the way through the end of April. We have some incredible performers, like Veronica Electronica is going to be joining us.
Fun.
We've got the whole calendars downstairs, and now I'm blanking on everybody. Our last episode before we take our summer break is actually going to be April 28th, I believe.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, 24th. And on April 24th, we are going to be having a very fun episode where it is going to be myself and Amethyst enjoying some wonderful desserts from Choco L'Amour.
That's our last episode?
That is our last episode before our summer break. She's thinking about
yes. Dove Daniels, you remember my first daughter, Sanika? Well, yes, her and her husband now have a food truck, and their business is Choco L'Amour, mainly featuring deep fried chocolate truffles. So she's going to be on the show. That's thank God that may be my last show because I'll be a diabetic by the end of that show. And it's not going to be cute. No, honey, I have been a part of Choco L'Amour before Choco L'Amour was Choco L'Amour. You know what I mean? I was sampling the samples.
Oh, the
You know what I mean?
Samples, Fed exhibition
Oh,
samples.
honey, they're so good. Oh, it's so good.
They made us. Oh, what did they make us? They made us a gluten-free
Chocolate decadent cake.
Yeah.
It was like chocolate's mama just slapped you right in the face.
I'm trying to find a picture of it and it had the Inside the Drag Closet logo on the top of it.
It had an edible logo of us on. Like I ate her face, and
I
she
saw
ate
that
my
goddamn
face.
picture, bitch, and
It was delightful, and it's going to be Sanika's going to join us that night, and our drag mother Poison will be joining us that evening as well.
You didn't tell me that.
I know.
You didn't tell me that.
I had to lure her in with food.
Well, that's the best way to do it, honey.
If a Pride Fest books a bitch out there, I'll be eating some candies then.
Eating these panties.
Well, we have reached 10 o'clock, or Dove, it's probably like 8 o'clock where you're at right now.
8 o'clock, I'm about to go eat some food.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, before we take off for the evening, Amethyst, do you have any last words for our viewers?
Thank you and good night.
Wonderful.
I'm kidding. No, thank you so much. This was such a fun show, baby. It was so good to see you virtually after all these years. But the next time you're in town, please let us know, and we will definitely get you hooked up with shows and whatnot. That won't be a problem. Thank you to all of our viewers watching out there and all the people keeping us alive. We love you. Happy New Year. Love yourself, love each other, wash your hands, wash your ass. And I will see you at the next show that I'm in that you come to support and give me money. So thank you very much. I love you, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
Dove, do you have any parting words for our viewers?
Again, thank you so much to both of you for the opportunity to be here. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. And I'll see you soon, coming to a glory hole near you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Dove, it has been an absolute joy getting to know you this evening. This has been so much fun. Watching the two of you reminisce about the Club Excess days and the Stallions days and all of that. It makes me wish I had started drag sooner, but then I don't know if we would be where we are right now. So everything happens
exactly where we need to be.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in and staying loyal. If you are new to the show this evening, make sure you like and subscribe and tune in. We have new guests every other week. Make sure you go out and support local drag. Like I said before, I've got a full weekend in Baltimore this weekend with Brooklyn Heights. So make sure you get your tickets for those shows. Make sure you get your tickets for Divas Down Under, our Valentine's Day Love It or Leave It drag show. I love that theme. And you'll be able to catch Amethyst and I together. What was the date of this?
January 26th.
Yep, January 26th at the 50/50 Tap House. We are doing drag bingo. It will be Chastity Vane, who has been on the show before, the newly crowned Miss Gay Maryland, Stormy Sky, myself, and Amethyst. So it's going to be just disaster.
You know, you get to work with 3 Miss Marylands. I'm so proud of you.
I know. The pressure to compete will not exist.
I'm not wearing body that night. I'm kidding.
All right. Screw the tits. We'll leave them at home. But everybody, thank you all for tuning in. Like we always say, go out and be the beauty you would like to see in the world.
We love
you. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on Inside the Drag Closet.